Alright, so this set of words is talking about the weather and seasons and months. So let's get started. The first verb we have is faire, to make or to do. And we use that verb when we're talking about it being cold or rainy or snowy. In English we would say it is raining or it rains or it is cold, but we don't say it that way in French. So in French they use that verb faire. So faire, to make, to do. Il fait, it makes, it does. Il fait. Il fait. Froid. Froid. Froid means cold. So if we want to say it is cold, we would say il fait froid. Il fait froid. Aujourd'hui. Aujourd'hui. Aujourd'hui means today. You can recognize jour in there from bonjour. Okay, aujourd'hui. So if we want to say it is cold today, we're going to say il fait froid aujourd'hui. Il fait froid aujourd'hui. Il fait froid aujourd'hui. But it's the middle of summer right now, and I don't know about you guys, but I don't feel froid. I feel chaud. Chaud. Chaud means hot. So instead of il fait froid aujourd'hui, we would probably say il fait chaud aujourd'hui. Il fait chaud aujourd'hui. But what if it's neither hot nor cold? Or we happen to like it when it's hot or cold? We could just simply say that it's nice or that it's beautiful. And to do that, we would say beau. Il fait beau. Beau. Instead of saying aujourd'hui, today, we could be more specific. And we could say ce matin for this morning, ce matin, or ce soir, this evening, ce soir. Il fait chaud ce matin. Il fait chaud ce matin. And that means it's hot this morning. Or il fait beau ce soir. Il fait beau ce soir. It's nice this evening. It's nice this evening. Il fait beau ce soir. Now, in some parts of the US and in some parts of the world, it's not enough just to say froid. You want to say un froid de canard. Un froid de canard, which means it's not just cold, but it is bitter cold. Un froid de canard. Il fait froid de canard. It is bitter cold. Pleuvoir. Pleuvoir means to rain. And if we want to say it is raining or it rains, we say il pleut. Il pleut. It's raining. Il pleut. Which I hope it's not right now. Il pleut. Il pleut aujourd'hui. It is raining today. Il pleut aujourd'hui. Or you could say il pleut ce matin. Or il pleut ce soir. Now something I hope we don't see for several more months. Neiger. Neiger. To snow. Il neige. It's snowing or it snows. Il neige beaucoup aujourd'hui et il fait froid. Il neige beaucoup aujourd'hui et il fait froid. It is snowing a lot today and it is cold. En effet. En effet means indeed. En effet. Oui, en effet, il fait très froid aujourd'hui. Oui, en effet, il fait très froid aujourd'hui. Yes, indeed, it is very cold today. Or, more likely for this time of year, oui, en effet, il fait très chaud aujourd'hui. Now, in French, remember that we have multiple ways to say something that we say one way in English. In English, we just simply say the. The girl, the boy, the boys, the girls, the people, the children, the table. It's all the. But in French, it changes. So when we have masculine nouns like boy, we use le. And when we have feminine nouns, like girl, we use la. And when we have a word that begins with a vowel or a silent H, we just have ul. We kind of cut it off and we don't really worry about the ending sound too much. And then for all the plural nouns, we use les. So when we want to talk about the United States, we'll say les États-Unis. But when we want to talk about France, we say la France, la France. So we use la because in French the countries generally get la. There are only a few exceptions. Okay. The verb to be, être, is a very useful word. Now, you might recognize the form that means is. From Latin, it's the same word as in Latin, est, but it's not pronounced that way in French. Because in French, they don't need to say all the sounds. They just say a. So when you want to say something is or someone is, the form you use is a. Elle is she. Okay. Remember, beau means beautiful or nice. Well, that's used with masculine nouns. Belle is the feminine form for beautiful. Belle. So if we have the sentence, elle est belle, elle est belle. Sorry, I read that in Latin. Elle est belle. What do you think that might mean? Remember, elle is she, a is, and belle is beautiful. So if we put elle est belle, she is beautiful. La France est belle. La France est belle. France is beautiful. We're going to move on to some seasons now. L'été means the summer. L'été. Notice the L with apostrophe before été. So été means summer, and we would say the summer, l'été. So été begins with the vowel, which means we use the L apostrophe form of le for the. So l'été, the summer. Le printemps, we have the whole le printemps, the spring. And then again we have the L with the apostrophe. We have l'automne, the autumn, and l'hiver, the winter. So let's practice those. L'été, the summer. Le printemps, the spring. L'automne, the autumn. L'hiver, the winter. Now, that was the summer, the spring, the autumn, the winter. And now what if we want to say in summer? We would use the preposition en été, in summer. But notice that spring is different. Instead of en, we have au printemps, in spring. And then we go back to en automne, in autumn, en hiver, in winter. So let's practice those again. En été, in summer. Au printemps, in spring. En automne, in autumn. En hiver, in winter. En été, au printemps. En automne, en hiver. La France est belle en été. La France est belle en été. What does that mean? France is beautiful in summer. La France est belle en été. La France est belle au printemps. La France est belle au printemps. And that, of course, means France is beautiful in spring. France is beautiful in spring. En France, il fait chaud en été. En France, il fait chaud en été. In France, it is hot in summer. En France, il fait froid en hiver. En France, il fait froid en hiver. In France, it is cold in winter. Our next set of words here are the months. And you'll notice that the months are very similar to the words we know for the months. They're spelled a little differently, and they have a slightly different pronunciation, but they're recognizable, especially the last 4 months. So we have janvier, January. Février, February. Mars, March. Avril, April. May, Juin, June. Juillet, July. Août, August. Septembre, October, October. November, December. La France est belle en mai. La France est belle en mai. En France, il fait chaud en juillet. En France, il fait chaud en juillet. So, la France est belle en mai. France is beautiful in May. En France, il fait chaud en juillet. In France, it is hot in July. Now, if we want to say in the month of, instead of just in May or in July, we would say au mois de. En France, il fait chaud au mois de juillet. En France, il fait chaud au mois de juillet. So in France, it is hot in the month of July. En France, il fait froid au mois de décembre. En France, il fait froid au mois de décembre. In France, it is cold in the month of December. So practice these, practice using these sentences and phrases, and practice making up your own sentences and phrases.